说错了话，你也习惯我了吧？还没有到家，太多想象，不跳舞的星期天，等咖啡，等失眠，等你想聊天，等好久，等不见，词穷的瞬间，我等等等等等等，这样在意着，我都变坏了。等红灯，等有限，等他没时间，等例外，等有天，永恒的对眼，我在意着，在意着，不小心变成你讨厌的人，我在意着，在意着，不小心变成我讨厌的人。
Okay, so I'm back with another video. Actually, so this video I recorded earlier, but I forgot to turn on my mic. So it ended up not having any sound. So now I'm recording like a voiceover instead. Because I didn't want to go back and re-record the whole thing over again. And it also seems like a waste to just toss everything. So I guess I'll just record a voiceover for this video. So today I woke up not really feeling like getting up, not really feeling like doing anything. Didn't feel like filming because I was just pretty upset. Felt pretty hurt today. Waking up, felt really tired because I didn't sleep well either, so I wasn't really sure if I would go anywhere or do anything, but I guess I'll just film a little bit and talk a little bit again like I did last time. So probably I'll ramble on a bit in this video like always, so I'll probably add some chapters to try to organize it a bit. Alright, so I didn't really have any topic in mind in particular, but I guess I should start with the question of, well, why did I come to Thailand in the first place? I think that's a good question to start with. To be honest, I wouldn't say that's the question to ask. I think this question to ask is why did I leave the West in the first place? Why did I leave my home in the first place? It wasn't necessarily to go to Thailand in particular, right? Thailand wasn't exactly on my list of priorities to go to. It wasn't a place that I would wanted to stay for a long time either originally. So I cannot say that I was like, oh, I'm going to Thailand now. That wasn't the plan. It was like, okay, I was going to come here for a couple months, and then go to Korea for a couple months, and then go to Japan for a couple months, maybe go somewhere else. We didn't really have any plan to stay here for that long. I was always going to go back home originally. But to answer, I guess, the question of why did I leave in the first place? Well, let me start with the first reason. Well, I'll start with like what was on my mind originally when I left was, well, first of all, I had already planned to leave maybe 2019 or so. I was already planning to go abroad and travel a bit, because really didn't like where my life was headed. Wanted to see what was out there. Wanted to see, sort of figure out for myself what I wanted to do with my life at that time. But then, COVID happened, and so I got like 2 or 3 years where I could, like 2.5 years, I think, where I was kind of just stuck, and I couldn't go anywhere. So, it is what it is. But yeah, so I would say around 2022, summer of 2022, that's when I finally could leave. And once again, I didn't think about leaving for that long. I was just gonna go for maybe a few months, travel around a bit, and then come back, because I didn't want to be stuck in the same place my entire life. I don't want to die in one place, right? Especially when I'm so privileged to be able to have the opportunity to travel a bit and to explore a bit. A lot of people don't have that opportunity. I understand. A lot of people on this planet don't have the opportunity to move outside of their town or move outside of their state or wherever they are. Certainly not out of their own country. It's very difficult. So I was blessed with this opportunity, so I thought maybe I might as well take it, because it's why not, right? I really was just too restless, I was just too greedy, you could say, for something more. Maybe I always felt like that my life was quite empty. It was quite meaningless. I was trying to find something to fill that emptiness, and to give it some sort of meaning, to give it some sort of a reason for why I'm doing what I'm doing. It's not really that I hated my job or hated work. It's just that I need a reason for why I'm working. I need a reason for why I'm earning money, because I was earning money, but I wasn't really spending it on anything. What am I going to buy? What am I going to spend it on? Why am I earning money? Why am I going to work hard? Why should I work hard? What am I working hard for? Yeah. So I guess these thoughts were in my mind at the time when I left. So I guess you could say I was restless. I was not happy with how my life was in the U.S., even though my life was something of a dream for many people on this planet. My life, the kind of life I was having, I guess a lot of people dream of having such a comfortable life, I suppose, at least in terms of salary, in terms of not worrying about money, I guess. But I would say in hindsight, I'm looking back at why I left. I'm looking back at the reasons, why I wasn't happy in the West. And a lot of it comes down to just not feeling like I belonged, just not feeling like I fit in. I think for a long time, since I was quite young, I always felt insecure about myself. I had a lot of insecurities that were always inside of me, that prevented me from gaining confidence in myself to go out and do things, to meet people, to just be a normal person. I always felt like I was not a normal person. I always felt like I was weird, like I couldn't fit in, like I didn't belong anywhere, like I was an outcast. Even though at school I had friends, I was doing well, I had good grades, I was involved in different activities. I wasn't just a loner by myself all the time, but even then I just felt, for whatever reason, like I wanted something more. I wanted to truly fit in. And I guess I just didn't feel that way for whatever reason, and I just continued to be like that deep down inside. A lack of confidence in myself, feeling low about myself, always trying to compensate for this low self-esteem in other ways, and just sometimes just giving up, because it was such a struggle to try to keep myself positive, try to keep myself looking, optimistic about the future. And it was just so hard at times. You just want to give up. You just want to shrink. You just want to shrink into yourself and just, and just try to ignore everything. Try to distract yourself from everything, and just, spend your time at home distracting yourself, doing the same things over and over again. As the days pass, as the years pass by, and all those days wasted, all those days pass by, and instead of going out and trying to build a life for yourself, trying to make something happen for yourself, because you're afraid and you feel like you don't deserve it. You feel like you don't deserve happiness. You feel like you don't deserve anything. So just shrink inside, stay inside, do the same things over and over again, trying to distract yourself from the fear, from pain, from the worries about the future, from stress, because you don't want to feel all these negative emotions. You just want to distract yourself from everything, from all the insecurities that are inside of you. And those insecurities make it very hard for you to go out and do things, to meet people. So you're just like, okay, forget it. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to meet anybody. I'm just going to stay inside all day. Yeah. I guess COVID makes it even worse. So that's maybe I talked too much, but I didn't really explain why I left the U.S. But I would say those are some of the reasons why I was restless, why I wasn't happy back home. So now moving on to another topic, which is, once you come to a place like Thailand, or once you leave your home and travel abroad, are you able to find those things that you're lacking? Are you able to, get that feeling of belonging that you're searching for? Probably not, right? Well, I didn't know that's what I wanted deep down inside. Probably what I just came here just to have fun, like everybody. I just came here just to have a good time, to relax, to refresh myself, to get, because I was feeling a little burnt out at the time. I wanted to just take a break, right? But it turned out I just figured out that, there's so many things I desired, so many things that I craved, so many things that I felt like I lacked back home. And the concerns or the worries are, you come to a place like Thailand and it's like, can you find those things that you're lacking? Oh, in some ways you can, but in some ways Thailand is a place where it offers even better distractions than the ones you have at home. It offers even easier escapes from your pain and from your concerns and from your worries and your anxieties and your insecurities. And instead of finding what you're looking for in healthy ways, you might think you might get what you bargained for, more than what you bargained for. Whether it's at the bottom of a bottle, or whether it's in a corner of an alleyway, some sort of seedy place. And that's sort of what a lot of people end up coming here. And maybe they didn't know what they were looking for, and they found more than what they wanted. So that's at least part of one topic, I guess. Let me think about what else I was going to talk about for a minute.
เกินเวลาได้ยินคำเฉยอย่าเฉยทำเป็นไม่เคยสนใจอาจฟังเป็นคำไม่ชินหูใครบางคนไม่เคยใช้คนที่บางอย่างคล้ายๆเราอาจเป็นเราเข้าใจกันมานานผูกพันจนเกินกว่าจะอธิบายแต่มีบางคำที่เหมาะสมบางอารมณ์อยากจะใช้วันนี้มีอะไรจะบอกก็คิดอย่างนั้นจะหวานจนเธอใช่หรือเปล่าไม่ เหมือนแบบของเราแต่มือกันเพียงเบาๆก็รู้กันเนิ่นนานจนเราอาจลืมคำว่าแต่รู้ว่ามันอยู่ในหัวใจหากมันยังคงอยู่ตรงนั้นคำเฉยๆหมดความหมายคงไม่มีอะไรต้องบอก
Well, I think I'm not the only one who's restless. I'm not the only one who feels like there's something lacking in my life. I'm sure there's others out there, other people out there watching this video perhaps, other people here in Thailand, here, wherever, in any country, who are still, I guess, craving for something more than what they have right now, craving for something that completes them. Well, in some cases there are those who are young enough, young and dumb enough to think that maybe they found someone who completes them, even when they're in high school or whatever, middle school even, 18, 19 years old, and they get married and they have kids and have a family and all those things at that age. And you think, okay, this is it, right? This is the dream. Or maybe it wasn't their dream, but in any case, they found the right person who would bring them happiness. But the thing is, with marriage and with these sorts of things, it's like, even with the right person, there are many challenges that you need to overcome, many difficulties that will arise that will test, how deep, how much you really like this person, right? Like, at some point, it's like you really, really want to be with this person forever, or not, right? And if you meet the wrong person, then it's pretty much game over. Even after so many years, after 10 years or more, right? And you're married and you have kids and everything, but even though your kids could be a huge, I guess, source of motivation for you to keep pushing on and try to do everything you can to keep things together, to work hard, to make money, and to make things right, and to try to endure whatever challenges that come into your life, whatever heartache and pain that you may experience. But sometimes, I guess, people just feel like there's something more. They're restless. They feel like, this is not what I wanted in life. I want something better for myself. And especially when you're young and you don't know yet, and you leap into something such a big commitment like marriage and having kids. So yeah, in those cases, there are many cases, I guess, where you feel like, maybe this is the wrong choice, right? But at least you have kids. Because the alternative in some cases is in those same 10 years, you're alone, wandering, still searching for something better. Whereas in those 10 years, you experienced so many things, so many happy moments, so many things that made you feel fulfilled, so many special moments that you shared, but also so many moments that made it so difficult, right? But even then, because there's so many lingering feelings, lingering attachments, just because of how much time had passed and how deep things had gotten. And even though your friends may tell you, he's not that handsome, he's not that rich, he's kind of an asshole to you, or they'll say, that girl, the person you like, she's not that great, she's not that pretty, she's not that nice to you. There are better people out there for you. They'll say stuff like this, but even though maybe what they say is true, but to you it's not the same, because your friends and other people, they didn't have the same attachments, they didn't feel the same affection towards this person that you did. And so even though they're just looking at things objectively, at the specs of a person, at a person's appearance, at a person's social status, at a person's educational background, at a person's personality traits, whatever they're looking at, right? The thing is, they didn't have the same affection that you did. And when you have that affection, you overlook some of the negative things because you were so focused on how that person made you feel. So at least when you're young, that's what it seems like. When you're young, there's something so pure about that. Some things are don't have the burdens that you have when you're older. As you get older, there's so many other things to consider. You're no longer thinking about purely just how this person made you feel or how much you like this person. Sometimes you gotta plan things out, and it all becomes like a checklist in some ways. It feels like almost instead of falling in love with someone, you're just sort of checking the boxes of it's like a job application, and you're trying to find the right candidate for your job that you're hiring. That's what it becomes like. And so it becomes kind of sad in some ways. It becomes kind of, I guess, when reality sets in. But hopefully it's not the case for everyone. Obviously there's many people who are lucky enough to find the right person and make it work. Why am I talking about this? I don't even know. I'm just rambling on and on again. Well, what it is that in those same 10 years where you could have gotten married, had kids, and divorced, and experienced all those ups and downs, and in the meantime you're just alone for all those 10 years. The end result is the same. You were looking for something, but you found it in the wrong person, in the wrong place, at the wrong time. And because of some poor decisions, some bad decision making when you're young, I guess, you cause yourself more suffering than you needed to, perhaps. But if you're going to suffer, at least suffer for a reason. Don't suffer for nothing. And if you're going to suffer, at least try to learn from it. At least try to grow from it. At least try to figure out what it is that will stop the suffering. Figure out what it is that will make your heart feel at peace in the end. When your heart is restless, you can never be happy, right? Because maybe you're married and you feel like marriage is not for you because there's so many challenges, so much unhappiness that can come from marriage, truly. So many fights that can happen, so much conflict that can happen. And so you long for the single life. You think, if I was single, I would be freer. I wouldn't have to always fight with this person. I wouldn't always have all these problems, right? You think, okay, I'd rather be single. I prefer to be single, and then maybe I'll feel happier. On the other hand, maybe you're single right now, and you're alone, and you wish you could have someone you could be married to, or have someone that could be there for you. And you're craving that instead, but you have to realize there's happiness and unhappiness in both situations, right? You can be happy married and you can be happy single. It's always just about perspective. It's all about your attitude towards life. And so I think you have to appreciate what you have at the moment, because if you're always craving for things that you don't have and not appreciating what you have right now, I think you'll never be happy. You always feel restless. And then of course that's the way it always is, right? You're like, okay, I'm not happy right now, so I want to change. Okay, then go ahead and change. But maybe after you change your life, change your career, change your job, change the place you live in, change everything about yourself, and then you still feel restless. You still feel like, I'm not happy with how things are. I want something else. And so ultimately it's about trying to be happy with everything you have, even though it looks bleak, even though it seems difficult at the moment. Maybe you can appreciate the small things that you have right now. Maybe that's enough to keep you from feeling too unhappy at the moment. But it's difficult, right? I'm not sure how to do it. I'm not sure how. I don't know if anyone else knows how. If there's anyone else who knows how to be happy with how things are, how to be satisfied with how things are in your life, how to end the cravings, I think that's probably the biggest challenge in life. That's probably the biggest hardship, the biggest source of struggle, the biggest source of pain and suffering, is knowing how to be satisfied when there's so much that you want.
It's just a wave, it's just a wave, and I know that when it comes, I just hold on, I just hold on. Oh honey, I've been talking to myself just to hear you.
Leave my house, I'm sorry for yesterday. Keep me here with your skin on mine again. While you're there, it's easy if I pretend.
Baby, oh candy,และฉันขอแค่เธอได้โปรดฟังไว้ว่าฉันไม่เคยที่จะหายไปคิดถึงเพียงแต่เธอรู้ไหมขอให้เธอรู้เอาไว้ว่าฉันไม่เคยที่จะสนใจผู้ใดหมดทั้งใจแค่เธอไม่เคยมีรู้ใช่ไหมว่าฉันรักเธอเท่าไรลองมองบนฟ้าแสนไกลรักเธอได้มากกว่านั้นถ้าหากยังไม่รู้ว่าคิดถึงเธอเท่าไรคิดถึงทุกลมหายใจและมีแค่เธอคนนี้ไม่เคยเปลี่ยนขอแค่เธอได้โปรดฟังไว้ แต่วันนี้ต้องปล่อยวันนี้มันคงหยุด ฉันทนไม่ไหวแล้วเหนื่อยจะทำให้รักแล้วเธอแต่ต่อจากนี้อย่าได้เจอไม่ใช่ว่าฉันเกลียดเธอรู้ไหมว่ารักแต่ต้องไป รักที่ให้มันคงต่าง เรามาพบแค่เพียงผ่าน วันนี้ก็คงต้องไป
แกล้งทำเป็นยิ้มแกล้งทำเป็นหินถึง
ภายในใจเหมือนตายแกล้งไม่ได้ยินฉันไม่ได้ยินฉันไม่ได้ร้องหรือเสียใจฉันก็แค่เดินออกมาไม่ใช่ว่าฉันอยากกล้าไม่ใช่ว่าฉันไม่เสียใจ
เราแค่ผ่านมาเจอกันสักวันก็คงต้องจากไม่เคยโกรธเธอเลยยินดีที่เจอด้วยซ้ำขอบคุณทุกเรื่องที่ผ่านมาถึงแม้บางครั้งมีน้ำตายินดีที่ได้
แม้การเวลาจะเปลี่ยนไปแต่ใจก็ยังเป็นคนนี้ถึงให้เอาน้ำมาดับไฟมันก็ยังเหลือเท่าทุลียินดีที่เคยได้รักกันไม่คิดไม่ฝันในวันนี้
ก็ยังคงสงสัยว่าความคิดถึงเธอนั้นมีใช่ไหมว่าเธอไม่ได้คิดอะไรหรือว่าเธอมีใครอยู่แล้วในนั้นก็รู้ว่าฉันเองที่คิดมากไปฉันก็คงต้องถอยไปสักทีก็รู้ว่าเธอไม่ได้คิดอะไรหรือว่าเธอมีใครอยู่แล้วในนั้นก็รู้ว่าฉันเองที่คิดมากไปถ้า